Hey there, this is LA calling, and you're watching Brutally Delicious with Bruce Moore.
Hey, welcome to Brutally Delicious. I'm Bruce Moore. Today we've got a great show in store for you. We're going to be joined by the members of Edge of Paradise. And if you stay tuned, we're going to see what they have cooked up for us today. Hey guys, welcome.
Hi.
How you doing?
Good.
Thank you for joining us. You want to introduce yourselves?
Yeah, I'm Margarita. We're from the band Edge of Paradise. So I'm the singer, Margarita Monet.
I'm the guitar player, Dave.
I'm the bass player, Nick. And I'm the drummer, John.
Well, welcome. I appreciate you guys coming down. I know you've been on the road for a little bit of time. Thanks
Yeah.
for taking the time to do this.
We're happy to be here.
Perfect. So what do you have cooked up for us today?
I will be making crepes. They're more like pancakes the way that Europeans eat it, the Russians eat it, Armenians eat it. So we're going to be making savory and sweet.
I know you were telling me a little bit about it earlier. I'm working up an appetite. I know you guys are too.
Yeah,
Are you ready? We can go ahead and get started, and I'll just kind of grill you with some questions on the cooking pun. I'll go ahead and grill you with some questions, and we'll see where we end up.
Let's do it.
Perfect. How do we start?
Alright, so first we're going to put these eggs.
And feel free to put me to use at any time. I don't mind helping out.
So,
You can cook too.
Yeah. Actually, I can't cook. That's why I have you guys come in. I figure have musicians stop by, and at least I get to eat every night.
Alright, there you go.
So you can pretty much eyeball everything, but these are the proportions
Okay.
that will work best. So take 3 eggs, and we're going to mix them
Slide
up a
behind
bit.
here. What are you doing there?
Yeah.
So like we were just talking about, you guys are on the road at the moment. How's the tour going so far?
So far so good. We love East Coast. The first show in Philly was awesome at the legendary Dog. Had a good crowd there, and then we went to Rock Harvest in Maryland, which was absolutely awesome.
Was it?
Yeah, Rock Harvest rocks. And great people. We met a lot of great people, great bands, great venue, and we're actually invited for next year too. So we'll be playing next year.
So you've had good responses from the crowds?
Yeah, you know, people are liking the new music especially. Yeah, and then we had a show in New York City yesterday, Sunday.
Yeah, there's nothing like New York City.
Well, yeah, I miss New York.
Nothing like driving there.
Yeah.
$13.
Did you guys have trouble?
Totally
Well,
good.
I guess you don't have the trailer, so it wasn't no trouble loading in there.
No,
No,
it's really.
we lucked out. We drove around. There was a parking place right in front of the venue.
And I spotted there's a parking place right there, and then they drove right past it, so like an hour later when they got back around the block, the parking spot luckily was still there.
Because I mean, I've heard all kinds of trouble, all kinds of people with buses, and the trailers getting in, and there's all kinds of regulations and rules and fines and.
Yeah.
No, we just found
We
street
lucked
parking
out.
because we're the minivan, so
Right, that's beautiful.
it worked out.
I know we got lucky. So now we're gonna put a little bit of sugar. I'll
Get
just
back to
take a
my reel.
tablespoon.
We're gonna be jumping all around. If we get too much, just say so we can.
Now you can make these pancakes as
Put that in
sweet
for now.
as you want them to, but because we'll be making the savory ones with some chicken and cheese, we're not gonna make them too sweet.
Okay. So while you're adding the flour, how much flour are we gonna add about?
We're gonna add, let's see, let's eyeball it. So if you're using 3 eggs, I would say about 4 tablespoons. And then we're gonna mix it. You don't want the dough to be you want it to be kind of runny.
You got the peanut gallery going on behind it.
Seems like a lot of flour, I don't know.
Well, we'll be adding a lot of milk in it later. Now you don't want to add milk right away, because if you add the milk right away, then it's gonna make clumps, you know.
Okay.
So
So
we
a
don't
little
want
bit at a
clumps.
time.
Yes.
All right. Well, while you're doing that, your record, Perfect Shade of Black, has been out for a little bit of time now. Now that it's complete, how do you feel about it? Are you satisfied with the outcome?
We're very happy about it. It's the first record that like Dave and I wrote from scratch, basically, because the previous one he wrote with Robin McCauley, and the songs were kind of already made. You know, so
Right.
it wasn't really our sound or us. I mean, we're still a very new band, so it was a good time for us to figure out who we are and what we want to
Right.
sound like. So I think this album really showcases who we are as a band, you know. And I mean, this is only an EP. It's only the beginning.
It's only an EP, but you guys worked with some pretty heavy hitters on it. Bob Kulick and Brett Chase. How the heck did you get in touch with them?
Well, Dave worked with Bob like 10 years ago, and they've been on and off for a while, you know.
Right.
They worked together before, and he told me about Bob, and of course I knew who he was. And
Sure.
Why, you know. And they have a great studio, the office studio, so that worked out great. And then the way we got Michael Wagner, he just even, I remember we were in Starbucks and we're like, we have to get somebody to mix the songs so we can,
really good.
you know, so we can like be out there with everybody else
Right.
on the level. And he emailed Michael Wagner, and like I think the same night Michael Wagner got back, we're like, whoa.
I mean, that's kind of crazy because I mean, you put all those names together, and they're some of the biggest in the business.
Yeah.
Based on that genre.
Long story short,
That's how we got him.
Inside joke.
he was an assistant engineer.
I was assistant engineer at Bob
really?
and Brad's
Sorry.
studio. Yeah. I actually built the studio because
Really?
I've done a lot of construction work since I was a kid.
Right.
And after
And it happens to be built out of Legos.
the jumbo block ones, the big ones, you know.
We're gonna take a time out for a second. How much milk we add?
So now we're going to add the milk a little bit at a time. So we're probably going to use the full glass, but we'll just add a little bit so we can mix it in and so it's nice and
So you're just gonna keep repeating this
Yeah.
a little bit at a time.
yep, till the batter gets. So like what I'm going to be doing later is on the pan, when you pour the batter you want it to spread on its own, so you don't want it to be too thin.
Okay.
Let's see how many times I can sneak these in.
What's your writing process like? Do you guys all write together? Or is it more the efforts of one particular member of the band?
Well, hopefully from now on
Well, how it usually starts out is we have a studio, Margarita and I, that we use, and we do everything there. In the beginning, we demo it up and work the arrangements, and then after we get it kind of where it suits her vocally, suits me as far as what I want to do with guitar,
right?
Then we bring it to that point where now the other guys come in, and then we pursue recording it.
So do you guys work in like the traditional rehearsal kind of sense, or do you email Rich back and forth?
Well,
You know what? Like, yeah, both. I
Yeah.
mean, for example, every song is different. Like in a dream, I know me and Dave wrote this one like a year ago, and he had a guitar part just a little bit, you know. And then that was a good foundation for me to make something of it. And I remember I was in a Starbucks parking lot and the whole song kind of came together.
You guys hang out in Starbucks a lot.
What happened in Starbucks?
That's what everything's in Starbucks.
Long story short, she's just always in Starbucks.
yeah.
But that
wanna find
song,
Margarita,
you know,
look
it
at
kind
her
of really
stars.
came together. Now, like for example, Breakaway also started with Dave's riffs, but that one took a lot of
That was a
work. You know,
painful
it evolved. First it was really kind of a slow ballad, then it went, became Breakaway.
Right.
Then Ghost, that had first on the piano, and we weren't really going to record it first, and then Dave put some heavy guitars on it, and then we're like,
Yeah,
it evolved into this ballad.
a lot of what we do, like, if I get a good idea on the guitar, it starts out as something like, I'm going to pursue this. From there, it's like wrestling a porcupine. Like, the song, like, I'm committed to finishing it, otherwise things don't get done. So then it's like, it could become 10 different songs.
Right.
And it takes a lot of hours sometimes. Sometimes it's easy, and a dream was really easy.
Well, since you seem to be the genesis of it all, are you writing like with the live setting, how it's going to come across on stage? Or do you write the song just for the song's sake?
No, it's artistic, just for the song's sake, but I also try to make them fit the other. Yeah, I try to make them fit, so the last one, what kind of song do we do, which one, all of it has to be that creative spark. So as soon as that's ignited, then I commit to it, and I make sure it's going to be good. I'll let it go. Breakaway was this long process. I had the intro, and it's going to be a great song, but where is it? I had 10 different versions.
So that being the case, then, do you ever worry about how you're going to get it to play it live? I mean, are you layering it so much?
We layer it so much that
So
we'll
then
worry about that later, yeah. So the difficult thing for us is we do some songs, hence the EP. We have an EP, and we're going to have an LP at the beginning of the year. So we do the songs, and we do some shows because everything presents itself when it does. Then we have
What works
to
and
stop.
what doesn't, that kind of thing?
Yeah, and then we stop midway with the recording. We end up having to work out how we're going to play it live. It's a pain. That's how he ended up in. And then
because their bass player dropped out last minute before a tour while they were in the studio recording, and the bass player all of a sudden couldn't
I
make
think
it.
it was a drummer.
No,
No,
it's bass.
I play bass. I'm the drummer.
That's how it is.
So We're all behind her. She doesn't even know
No,
where we
we're
are on
the
stage.
musicians
She's like,
behind you.
I don't even know who these guys are. No, basically I had like a week and a half to learn the whole set and go on tour because we were in there and I was running the engineering and the bass player that was supposed to go on tour with him just couldn't cut it and couldn't make it.
But luckily you had heard the songs 1.5 million times while you were buying the console.
Right, exactly.
I'm sorry.
Well, a couple of them. I hadn't heard all of them because we played some stuff from the first album
Right.
and some covers. So there was some stuff I had to learn that I had to just cram for and learn in a week and a half.
Yeah,
We ended
you
up,
did it.
what did we learn? I learned Long Live Rock and Roll, which was a cover we were doing backstage before the show. And
Nice.
sitting back there, we're
Yeah,
jamming
it
it
was
while
cool.
the band
Was it on
rocked.
drums or was it on bass?
It was on bass.
Well, you learned it on drums first.
Sorry. Everybody's taking jams, so I might as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so now we're gonna, I like to be a little adventurous. I mean, with these pancakes, you can be a little adventurous. And you can put some sour cream.
So you want to put sour cream?
Yeah. Or you can put, let's do sour cream. Or you can put yogurt, just a little bit. Oh yeah, what was I gonna say is we have so many layers, but because, I mean, on the songs and live, our main goal is to sound like the CD,
Right.
you know, and better. So even though you're making, you know, talking, you know, the main goal is to sound like the CD.
Are there any tracks on the EP that are personal favorites of the story time?
All of them have stories. Yeah, we're gonna add a little bit of sunflower.
Well, we're off that topic.
This will make it not stick.
Okay. I love a oddball one. I think that's the way I like to cook too. Just a little bit of this, a little bit of that.
I'll tell you, we love it when I taste them later.
Well, people call and go, how the heck did you make that? I don't know if I can replicate it.
Just
because
threw scraps in there.
just threw it
I
in
mean,
there.
there are portions I can tell you guys, but
I think as long as you're putting
Yeah.
good stuff in,
Yeah.
your output's 99% of the time. It's gonna be good. You know, I don't know what it's gonna be, but it's gonna be good.
That's a good way to look at it.
okay.
Dump that beer in there.
I used to do that all the time. I'm dumping beer in everything.
And some coffee.
Actually, spirit it. Want
We
to?
got a pot of coffee and some beer. We can definitely experiment with the grapes.
Coffee. Can you sling that over here?
Absolutely.
Oh,
I
dude.
got it. I'll pick that
I'll
up.
leave more for you if you want.
God, what a guy.
Alright, so now we've got it all mixed up and we're gonna take it to the stove.
Yeah. So now we're gonna do this twice. First, we're gonna make the pancake itself,
Okay.
and then when we're gonna be making the savory ones with chicken and cheese, we're gonna reheat them and kind of, you know,
Melt it all up.
yeah, melt it all up.
Alright.
Really good.
So I can turn this on when we
Yeah,
like
so you
medium.
want it medium. You want to really heat the oven. I mean the pan so it doesn't stick.
Okay.
So maybe medium high.
Medium high, you got it. We putting any oil in there?
We are. Let's wait till it gets.
Okay. So while we're still sitting here, you guys are still hanging around. I don't know if you're in the shot or not, but
I can get in the shot.
I'm
oh, you got that one going too? Perfect. If you were stranded on a desert island, you could take 3 records for the rest of your life. Assuming you had a solar-powered CD player, what would they be? I know it's a tough.
Appetite for Destruction. That would be my first.
I like Holy Dive.
You know what? I never thought of that one, but that would have to be online for sure
It's
too.
really good.
I would need Pink Floyd The Wall for a little bit of a break.
That's
I thought.
probably Miley Cyrus's new album.
You like Liquid Contract.
That's a good album. It wouldn't be
I
one of my
love
three.
that album. I
It's
don't
a
know if I
great
put that up
album.
to but
Would not be one of the 3.
And I'll tell you what, I like that whole LA thing. I mean, I love the original Faster Pussycats album too.
Yeah,
That would be up there too. I don't know how. And I know a lot of people don't, but I love that album.
I mean, I definitely could not live the rest of my life without Appetite for Destruction. That one is guaranteed to be there.
I could.
You know
You're
what?
quiet over here.
So we would have mutiny on the island.
She'd have like York and
Yeah.
No, I don't. I like I think Happen in Hell, Holy Diver, and you know what? I actually like Appetite. I love them.
That's a great album. And I definitely think that would have to be up there. That album
Yeah.
for sure above the other ones.
yeah.
Absolutely.
Great.
Which one?
Appetite.
Aw, damn it. The silence when you do mess.
Although hanging on the hammock at night, the what'd you say, the wall?
Yeah, that's what
Yeah, I mean that would be good. Chill out.
We want a little bit of variety, you know. But if you want something boring to just listen to, you got the Waves. You're on an island. You don't need the Pink Floyd.
Yeah.
Right. That would be a good soundtrack for the back. Hanging under the coconuts.
Okay.
Alright, we get nice and hot there?
Yeah, I think so. So what I'm going to do is, we're going to make one pancake at a time, so we'll always want to keep the pan well oiled.
Okay.
And you can also use, I think sunflower oil is actually the best.
It's light. I don't know what the, don't think I've used it much to fry with. I don't know what the burning point on that is. Does it heat up a lot quicker than...
It does.
Is it something like olive oil?
Yeah, now olive oil I wouldn't really use on this because it has that aftertaste,
Right.
you know. So. We can also use like butter.
Okay. Is this a, where did this recipe come from? Is this a family recipe?
My mom has been, I've been eating these since I was like 4.
Really?
Yeah, and you can really put anything on it. Anything you like.
Baby pancakes with kind of pancakes. Get out here.
Wait a little bit. Now, if you make sure you don't put, start cooking them when it's still cold, because then it will stick. So
Gotcha. And I imagine they're going to cook pretty quickly, right?
Yeah. Yeah, and then you're going to want to turn them over as
Okay.
well.
I'm going to need that plate right there.
Okay. Alright, so what we're going to do now is we're going to take a, let's put this over.
How about we put that right on there? Perfect.
Alright, so you're going to take a little bit.
Do you want to be that much?
Peanut galleries.
Well, we want, yeah, we want these.
We're not going to make them too big.
Okay.
Now, actually, since this pan is pretty big, we're going to make them big because I don't like the oil. I mean, you can improvise, you know? And what's really, I remember when I was little, my mom used to make them with different shapes.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I mean, you know, when you're a kid, you're
Right.
like, oh, that looks like an elephant.
That's a complicated pancake. I'm expecting stars and squares. Are you gonna make elephants out of that?
You gotta be an artist as well, I guess. But, I mean, as you said earlier, we're doing chicken and cheese here, but you could pretty much put anything in these, right?
Anything in these. I mean, if people like Nutella, by all means, you can put
that'd be
Nutella
kinda
or
cool,
peanut
yeah.
butter. Caviar, you can get as fancy as you want with them, you know?
Caviar crepes, that'd be
Okay,
interesting.
now we're going to turn it down a little bit.
Okay.
That's important.
Medium? Medium low?
Medium.
Okay.
And then we're going to keep an eye now. What you want to do is you want to keep an eye on the outside of this pancake, so when it turns a little brownish, that's when you know you have to turn it over.
And then, of course, if you want them extra crunchy, you just drop it on the ground. Pick it up and got it.
No, actually, if you wanted, you can make it so it literally is like a
Frisbee?
crisp. Yeah, but if you cook it on a super, super low heat, then it becomes like a cracker.
Right.
Don't eat a cracker.
You are.
I was hoping for some sort of rhinoceros or hippo. You're kind of disappointed as
I call this one Galactic Nebula.
Yeah.
So how do you know when they're getting it? Somewhere around the edge it'll tell you?
Kind of
Yeah,
brown.
when they turn brownish. They can turn it up a little bit. Go like this, it's not ready. Because once it's ready, it will start kind of peeling off.
Okay, cool.
Oh, it looks perfect, yeah. A little bit on the surprise.
Imagine if you can have there you go. I don't know if I have that much tact to do that.
Alright, so she's got to just flip it a couple times in the air before it hits the pan. That'll be the rest. That was mine.
Alright.
Yeah, it looks good.
And then we're just going to repeat the process again?
Yeah, and it looks like we're still pretty well oiled.
I like mine in triangle form.
I like
I'm
mine.
still looking for the elephant form.
Triangles, I mean, there's a lot of symmetry with the 3-second remote.
So keeping with the PG-13 rating we gave you earlier, do you have any strange or odd stories that occurred on the tour? PG, I know that's going to
yeah.
limit it a little bit, but we are on TV of some sort.
Well, we've discovered that John has 4 particular sayings that he says at least once in any conversation.
Oh, yeah.
They're nagging on me a lot.
The reason he's being quiet is because we've been ragging on him and he says the same 4 things in every conversation, so he's trying to...
Which are?
Well,
If
first,
it's laid out,
what should I
your
do?
name is...
Let's do it in the order. Okay, so... I want to ask you a silly question. That's one of them. The next one is...
If I ask you nicely...
if I ask you nicely, and then we've got let's make a deal, or I'm going to make you a deal, and then...
That you can't refuse?
But silly question is the predominant one.
Yeah, silly question. But then what's the last one? The one that...
We were just talking about this.
We were just talking about that. I guess it
3 or 4
doesn't...
times into one little paragraph. So.
Simple.
It's been brought to my attention
Silly
once or
question.
twice so far on the road.
Long story short...
Long story short.
If I ask you nicely, could I ask you a silly question?
I've got a silly question. If I ask you nicely, can I make you a deal?
All strung together.
Cram them all together, right?
Okay.
So
Sounds like a song idea.
Long story short, it sounds like a song idea. So.
All right, so how are we making out over here?
Good. What I did actually is, so we'll make these for the savory pancakes.
Okay.
And then I put a little bit
long
more
story
sugar
short.
for the sweet one.
Okay.
You didn't ask me nicely.
And they're coming along nicely.
Yeah. And of course you can make as many as you like. I don't know how many we'll.
Oh, that's fine.
You're gonna have to make about 40 of them, I think.
Yeah, somebody said they were bottomless pit and starving, right?
Yeah, I'll make it work. I'll get through whatever you make. I'll be raiding your neighbor's fridge here in a minute.
Oh, that's not funny.
Is it difficult being the only woman in a van full of I don't know, I use the term loosely, gentlemen, I guess?
That's definitely a loose usage.
That's very.
I'm about as gentle as the porcupine you just finished wrestling.
Yeah.
I'm very lucky to be whatever his name is.
You don't know what I play, you don't know my name.
The drummer we're talking about?
Yeah.
How long have I been in this band again?
Is it true you have to stand downwind from the drummer?
That's very
No,
true.
you know what? Why? Because the first time I met him, everybody called him Bushy.
No, that's not
Then
good.
we call him Eric. Then we just kept making names.
Well, my name's Nick Erickson, and she called
But
me
then
Eric for like 2 months.
Erickson is not even his real name. His
So?
real name is like Swatching Bobber.
No. Schwarzendoofus. Show the tattoo. This is his real name, Blinky. Show the tattoo.
Are we allowed to show that in
This is
PG-13?
classic. You gotta see this.
Oh yeah.
He gave it to himself. Show the Blinky one. The three-eyed
Nice.
I did that with a sewing needle and some India ink.
Nice. Don't get any more hardcore than that. When you can do a Simpsons three-eyed fish to yourself.
Yeah.
So, but you had to do that like upside down.
Well, I was sitting on the couch drinking a beer, and I just kind of tapped away for like 3 hours or something.
While he was watching The Simpsons. As he's got The Simpsons.
Gotta watch The Simpsons while you do a Simpsons tattoo.
The Jaws one is cool. Did you see
Yeah,
that?
I did. But I mean, did he get infected? Nothing? Just
No, it's fine. Yeah, Jaws.
Look at
too.
the definition.
The Jaws is
Look at the definition. It's 3D.
That one's so
nice.
Well, what I was saying is that his girlfriend comes with us, or from Jenny. So
Yeah,
she's
thank
in
God
there.
she like.
We had her in the back room for now, but she handles our merch and keeps us in line and beats us up when we need it. And she's good like that.
Check this one out. It's like an elephant.
It looks more like a squid or an octopus.
That's-
Well, it's upside down now.
That's a
I could go with a whale.
brontosaurus. That's a brontosaurus.
Yeah, that's an alien.
An alien.
Yeah, that's,
But you can make anything and make it look like an alien.
that's the head of an alien. Put some eyes on there.
Jack
We're good.
Skellington?
If you were a superhero, who would it be and why?
I like that Lightning Bolt shirt. I guess that goes with like the Flash Gordon thing. but
I'd probably
that
have
was
to go with
military.
Superman because he's the one who actually has the most powers. Most superheroes are just some guy who has a lot of money and buys gadgets like Batman or something, but Superman literally can do pretty much anything.
Yeah.
So I take the easy one.
I like the idea of getting bit by a spider. How does that turn out good, you know, instead of a big lump?
Aquaman was always sort of cool.
Yeah.
Aquaman can't do anything unless he's underwater.
It's still
He's
kinda
standing there by the
cool,
beach
yeah.
going, hey, you stop that now! You
so
stop that
cool.
up there on the shore!
I think it's still cool, but actually, if I had a twin, I mean, the Wonder Twins are awesome. Remember them?
Yeah.
Sure. Something like Wonder Twin Powers Activate or some stupid thing, and they.
You know what? I can really picture him as Wonder Woman. I mean,
I'm a little tall for Wonder Woman.
Okay, well we're
Xena
gonna do
Warrior
now
Crepes.
while this is.
There we go.
that's
That's
weird.
Alright, we're back to cooking.
Yeah, shut up, Dave.
Yeah, that's nice.
Absolutely.
And I'm just your ghost.
Okay, so what we're gonna do
Look, I'm serious.
is okay. Now you can use any kind of cheese you want. I
Okay.
just pick something up really quick. And
So in this case, we're just using like American cheese or
yeah, it's
something.
just American
Okay.
cheese. You can mozzarella is really good, or
Right.
I mean you can do cream cheese, whatever whatever you want.
Okay.
And then now if you're a vegetarian, you can put veggies in it. I'm just putting some chicken.
Yeah, no vegetarian.
Okay, so now we want to wrap them up. Then you can just actually,
So similar to like a burrito.
yeah. So now you want to make sure you close the sides as well. So just,
It's a Russian burrito.
Russian burrito.
you want to kind of squish it a little bit. Okay, now we're gonna put pan back on. And while these are cooking, we're gonna be making the sweet one.
Okay.
And we're just gonna put it on very low. Just a little bit more. So when you look, see that you have like.
You get the nice crispness on it, right? It actually sealed too, right?
Yeah.
That's good.
That was there the whole
looks
time. I don't know
delicious.
what you're talking about.
So now we're back with our newly arrived set.
Redesigned set.
Nice.
Yeah.
What do you guys have planned after this tour?
Sleeping.
Go back.
Actually, you know what? Sleeping, we never stop working. Like 24/7 on the
Yeah.
band.
Well, they are.
That's a,
Yeah,
that's
I mean, we all do our own thing, but we always are always doing something.
Right.
So when we get back, we have a new song. We're gonna go back, start tracking, finish the LP, and these guys will come in.
I know you said you're looking about January.
Yeah, hopefully, you know. Be nice early January. We're supposed to hit the radio at the end of January with it, so.
Do you have the majority of it written already?
No.
Do you get a chance to write on the road or no?
No.
I think
we go one song at a time.
We have a lot of songs that are work in progress.
Right.
But I mean, because we're still an independent band, so it's really hard to do everything at once.
Right.
So now we're touring, then we're gonna come back, finish the songs, and once they are, I mean, you know, once they're arranged, then it's really easy to just go record.
Right.
You just need time.
Putting
Yeah, so what I'm doing now, what I did, I mixed some jam into sour cream and some sugar. You can put peanut butter, I don't know, whatever.
I like the Nutella idea you had earlier. That's kind of cool.
Nutella
Yeah.
is good. But I mean, I just like to like go ahead and just dip it
Right.
and eat it. But I'm just kind of, you know, putting it over the pancake and
Okay.
wrap.
And then you're gonna wrap up just the same way. Anyway, getting back to the songwriting, where do you draw your inspiration? I mean, does it just come to you, or where do you draw your inspiration from?
I try to remove the inspiration from it, but whatever you grew up on, what's your thing, what's your interest, always seeps into it. But I like the song to write itself. I mean, I love guitar, but I want to be an artist, and I want that song to mature into its own. It's a pretty neat thing because a lot of songs you figure like it's not going to happen with this one. And the next day, it's like a complete song.
So, I mean, do you find like you hit your record on your player and
Yeah, we got
come back to it later on and go, holy crap, that's a...
Yeah, well, it's a complicated thing because we got the whole Pro Tools radio.
Right.
So it will be in sections, and each part's finessed and it tells you what the next part does.
Yeah,
Each
we kind
part
of feed
leads
off
to
of
the
each
next
other
part.
too,
Like
you know?
when you write a sentence, right? You don't write some obligatory weird thing,
Right.
and then you go like, let me cram these two together, and they make no sense. But
Right.
one part speaks to the other part, and I listen to the first part, and it tells you the second part. And
Okay.
it's a pretty cool thing. It comes from somewhere. I don't know where. It's
alright.
nothing you learn.
But these
Right.
go to 11.
Yeah,
They do go to 11.
very spiritual.
And how much more blacker could it be?
Yeah.
The answer is
None-
none.
none
black.
Right. It's the perfect shade of black.
Yeah. All
So
right.
I'm just cutting them up so we can all taste them.
Okay.
Now they're all for me.
I'm pretty
So
hungry.
those we're not going to put back in here?
No,
Okay.
Let's put those in my
the
stomach.
sweet ones you don't have to.
All right, so now we're at my favorite part of the show, the eating, and everybody's already
Well, you can do
congregating
the
here. So if we want to, no, let's all do it together.
Okay,
That's
so
mine.
everybody's taking this one first?
I'm going to go with the
The savory
warm one. Yeah, we're going to go
That's
savory and then sweet.
Entree, then dessert.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'll have to look at you with your
Cheers.
guy.
Cheers.
Cool.
Thanks for coming out. I appreciate
Thanks for
it.
having us.
Thank you.
That's good.
That's fabulous.
That's a wow. It's like a chicken pot pie burrito.
Hell yeah, that's really good for all those at home. I'll tell you what, I'm going to put this down while we're still running the camera. Let's try these sweet ones real quick.
Cool. Okay.
They're a little bit messy.
No, you could use the other hand if you want.
Okay, I'm
Let's
gonna
get messy.
So where did you buy these again?
Alright, here we go. Wow. That's fabulous. Yeah. Absolutely fabulous. Once again, I want to thank you guys for coming out. I appreciate it.
Thank
Thanks
you.
for
Thanks
having
for
me.
joining us. Good luck on the rest of the tour.
Thank you so much.
We'll talk to you soon.
And buy a CD.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, perfect
Come on.
black.
Fans want to get a hold of you or find out about your music, how can they do so?
They can go to edgeofparadiseband.com and visit our Facebook page, which is Edge of Paradise Band.
And I believe from my dealings with you, you're pretty active on your Facebook, right? So if they,
yeah.
if they hit you up, they'll be able to get responses.
I'll answer. We're very social and friendly.
Perfect. And here's the CD.
He's not.
We provide a lot of useful tips, like he had one the other day, never pet a burning dog.
Good tip.
Wonderful. Once again, thank you very much for coming out. I appreciate it.
Thank
you.
Take care.
That's a good tip though, isn't it?
That is a great tip.
That's good.